Hello and welcome to the Velvet Revolution. We are 3 episodes into season 2, which means we're on the letter C today. Joining me as ever is Dave Noble, and my name is Ben Rice. And we're going to try and have another chat and see what happens today. As ever, the planning is minimal, but it's always good. How you doing, Dave?
Right, it is minimal. I think you can get more minimal.
No,
You
no.
can get more dysregulated. I know I may appear to be, I don't know how I appear. Feel like my own lens of how see myself changes. It fluctuates. Don't know if anyone relates to this. So some days I'm like, yeah, I'm really got my shit together, man. I'm so fucking well. But then other days, I'm just really honest about it. I'm like, yeah, I feel a bit fucking, a bit batshit today, man. I feel just a little bit dysregulated. Do you know what I mean? But
Yeah.
even on my most dysregulated days, they're fucking triumphant compared to my formative years, where my best days were like really fucking, like, I don't know if there's a word for it really. What would you say?
Chaos,
Yeah,
absolute chaos,
chaotic. Yeah.
chaotic.
Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Bananas. And the word bananas comes to mind. Banana splits.
Yeah,
There we go.
yeah.
Good to see you.
And you,
Good to see you, man. Good to hear your voice, the tonal frequency that leaves your mouse?
mouse.
Okay, just slipped in a bit of early dysregulation. The tonal frequencies that leave your mouth
Nice.
are a tone, a frequency that vibrates through my being.
We've gone slightly poetic and
I
already today.
don't know, man. I don't know. Anyway, slightly playful, I guess that's where I'm at.
Yeah,
Feeling playful, feeling depleted.
yeah,
I feel like when I get depleted, I have to get playful. Does that
yeah.
make sense?
You lose a little bit of inhibition. You're sort of a
Yeah.
bit
I've
tired, bit sort of woozy, bit.
tired drunk. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
I'm tired, fatigue drunk.
Okay.
Again, I don't know if anyone relates to that, but I get a bit sozzled on fatigue.
Okay.
Yeah, so like I've been questioning whether I'm burnt out this week because I've had a bit of like I always get it in the throat. I think I've shared this before because I use my voice a lot. And I've learned how to breathe properly. Still learning, still practicing, but I breathe in a more rhythmatic way. Is that the right word?
Mm-hmm.
I'm in line with my body and my natural rhythm and the rhythm of life, and I'm in more of a flow of that. So naturally, when you breathe and you're in your body and you feel more grounded, in theory, everything is optimized. But my throat always burns out because I talk a lot. So then uh, tonal frequencies that leave my mouth, the vibrations obviously wear out my my chords, my vocal cords, if you want to call them
Okay.
that. I don't know. I don't know if I'm whittering on about something that's just silly, but it makes sense to me. But so my throat goes a bit like strained.
And
Yeah.
yeah. No, I get that. And your voice, I do think the frequency changes. I think you end
Mm.
up talking in a different way,
Gets more
and
coarse.
yeah, and it's tighter.
Yeah.
It's like shallower.
Start talking like Pee Wee Herman. How does Pee Wee Herman speak? You watched a
uh,
film on that not long ago. I
the
remember you
documentary is
saying.
fantastic. Yeah. I can't do
Uh,
it. I can't do it but it's a real sort of childlike voice, but really high pitched as well.
it's
I
like,
couldn't even
oh,
possibly.
hello.
Yeah. Yeah. That's it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Is it? Is that Pee Wee
Yeah. It's
Herman?
kind of
Okay.
similar to
Oh,
that.
hello. Hello, Mr.
Yeah.
Rice. I
Yeah.
don't know if that's it. That's something else.
That is
Um,
something else. Yeah. Let's not go down that road.
anyway, so I've just been questioning whether I'm feeling burnt out or and strained,
Mm,
fatigued, which I am, no doubt. My workload's been mental. Working with, people um, that are unregulated mainly, and I'm having to manage their unmanageability, which so that takes its toll. And I have to really practice what I preach, which is to, dedicate, regulate, maintain, manage my own sense of well-being so that
hmm
I can do what I do for other people. But most importantly, I'm no good to anyone else if I'm not good myself.
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
again, we covered boundaries last episode, didn't we not?
We did. Yeah,
And I feel like that's been quite apt. Did you choose that one?
I did. I did.
And that's been quite apt because, again, I have to walk the talk,
hmm
and boundaries is something I have to really create and maintain and practice so that I am more skilled at looking after my sense of self and well-being.
hmm
So, lots of downtime, R&R, eating good food, healthy food, lots of water, drink, hydrate, rest, minimalize um, screens as much as I can, but it's so easy as it is hard to just put screens down in the modern
hmm
world. I'm always banging on about, you know, my discord for it, put it mildly, but I have to use it. So it's learning to be able to, regulate that as best I can. And sometimes I struggle with that because I'm human.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And can I just disclaimer? I am a
hmm
human.
You.
This is a human talking. Again, I'm gonna do it in every episode. This is a human voice.
That's what a robot would say.
Yeah, well, I'm not glitching yet, pal.
I'm going to have to do those tests they do at the beginning of Blade Runner. He's where
Yeah,
Decker's running
yeah, yeah, yeah,
like he's asking
yeah,
him questions like, "What is a tree?" And yeah,
yeah, yeah.
what
Just
would you?
yeah, go on,
Yeah,
go on.
no, I'm just trying to remember it all now. Yeah, putting
Uh,
him in situations and how would a robot react to this?
Isn't that what they do when you try and log into some things? They give you all them squares, and it's like, right, match
Yeah,
up all of the stairs,
yeah,
everything
yeah,
with a staircase. Right now, the bikes, everything that's got a bike.
yeah. Why can't a robot see that there's a bike
Oh,
in
they
those squares?
can. Oh, they can. They can. And what else? What else? Hot porridge. We were talking
What?
about that.
Oh, is this to do with robots or is this to
No,
do with
no.
you?
To know if it's a robot or yeah, if it's a human, you hot porridge on the feet.
Okay.
You remember I checked
Yeah,
into it.
yeah.
It's not just some random thing I'm coming
Well,
out
it
with.
felt quite random, but yeah, it's all coming
Yeah,
back to me now.
yeah, hot
Yeah,
porridge.
yeah.
Hot porridge. See if people glitch. So if
Basically, it's a
you,
bit like witches, isn't it? Like if you
yes,
drown, you're not a witch, but if you survive, you are a witch. So
yes,
if we burn
yes.
your feet with really hot
Yeah,
porridge, then you're a human, but you've got burnt feet.
yeah,
If
yeah,
you're, if
yeah.
you- if we're not burnt, you're a robot. So yeah.
Yeah, yeah. And so if you're on if anyone's online dating, right?
hmm
Yeah, like I've not really ever taken to it. I don't, it doesn't tickle my, yeah. Right. Anyway, so if if I know what it's all about and I have um, explored it, but I've never used it, if that makes
Okay.
sense, right? Right.
Yeah.
Um, the whole concept of it's like online shopping, isn't it? Right? It's no
Yep.
different, right? In my opinion, you're shopping for a product. Is that the right word? Well, it's not a product. You're searching for your wife or your husband or a future partner, or maybe it's just a playmate, whatever, right? It
Okay. Yep.
depends what application you're. Anyway, right? So, where's I going with this? Where
I
is I
don't know.
going
This
with
is this going
this?
to link to porridge?
Yes, it is
Okay.
because right, okay. So when you look at the profile picture, right?
Yeah.
Hugely misleading, unless you're being legit and authentic and honest with what you're putting on there.
hmm
Because I've heard a few scenarios, and this isn't my own experience, this is what I've heard from other people.
Yeah.
that it doesn't always tally up. What you're, it's like
No.
going on, it's in online shopping. You think you're buying, I don't know, you think you're buying a freaking a set of bongos. Is it a set
Okay.
of, right? Or you're buying some
Right.
bongos, right? And you end up
Yeah.
getting
Some
a
maracas.
rattle. Yeah, some
Okay.
rackets, you know what I mean? I don't know if that's not a good example. Or you think you're buying a ripe banana and you
Hmm.
end up getting a prune. Maybe that's a
Okay.
bit better
Yeah.
analogy,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Anyway, point is the porridge test to see if they're human. Didn't we do the standing up, having a pee thing as well? And didn't that come into it the other?
I can't remember.
Oh, anyway. Look, I need to wrap this one up because so I'm okay.
Yeah,
Somewhere in all of that,
you're
doing all
okay,
right. Yeah,
but
I'm
you
excited.
but you're working at a lower frequency. I guess that's what we decided.
Well, no, I can fluctuate in and out of that. I can get really
Okay.
into a because I can dial into. I think we all can. This is for everyone. It's not just exclusive to me. When we access truth, we're in a higher frequency vibration straight away,
Mm,
right? Yeah, sit with that
mm,
one. But but so my truth is I'm excited as well.
okay.
And that makes me feel like I'm straight away in a high frequency. I'm excited because I'm about to go on a road trip.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I've taken some work on, and it's upon yonder, further
Yeah.
away, and I'm gonna get this episode out of the way, say adios, amigo, and get
To Rupert,
yeah. Oh,
the
don't.
Spanish speaking cat.
Yeah, it makes me feel sad, don't. And then I'm gonna be on the road and I'm excited. And it's kind of raining, it's really crappy weather. And I
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
road trips when it's like that. I don't know why.
Do you?
Yeah, I like road trips when it's really bad weather. I don't know why.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know. Anyway,
Hmm.
how are you? How are you, Mr. Rice?
Yeah, I would say my frequency is quite low as well. I've been back at work this week for the first time in, was it 4 months? And yeah, it's been tough. It's been tough to go back.
Mm.
Uh, the power dynamic has shifted, let's say. So it feels different, and it's been really hard, and I've struggled, to be honest.
Can I ask you,
Of
right,
course you can.
is it to do with, and like you don't have to answer this because you can't properly because it's to do with work, but are we talking about personalities rather than principles? And what I mean by that is, it's the old saying of principles before personalities.
Yeah, yeah,
So, because that's what we should be focusing on is the core principles of what is the right thing rather than ego,
yeah, yeah.
which is personality.
Yeah, I'd say it's exactly that, and it's I've spent a lot of time in this school, this place of work, trying to get people to understand the drama triangle and the sort of power dynamic. And we talked about we talked about boundaries last week, and it's really interesting for me that I had done 25 days of having diabetes, of being diagnosed, and the nurse, uh when did I see her last? I don't know if I talked about this last episode, but let's just say the last time I saw the nurse, she was like, yeah, you're absolutely smashing it, your numbers are right down, perfect. And I'd been eating well, I'd, like you said, doing all the good things, and yeah, I'd had my diet was really good, eating lots of good stuff. And then literally by one of the things I do, for instance, is I make myself overnight oats, and it's become my staple breakfast. I've got my routine. I get my overnight oats out of the fridge, get my mint tea, get my drugs I need to take, get my multivitamins, and I sit down and I have my breakfast.
What are overnight?
Overnight oats.
Yeah, what are they?
You mix up. all your stuff, and it's about 50 grams of oats plus some. I use plant based milk because
Yeah.
I don't eat dairy if I can help it.
Yeah.
And then you basically leave it in the fridge in a pot overnight, and it sort of swells up, and you eat it in the morning, and it's all
Do you eat
nice.
cold? And you eat cold?
Yeah, yeah.
Never heard of it.
It's got chia seeds in it as well. Chia, I don't know. And they swell up as well because they absorb and they've got bits of protein in as well. So yeah, so that's my routine. And I woke up Friday and there were no overnight oats in the fridge because I'd got home on Thursday afternoon and I just crashed. I like my head was throbbing and I was just feeling exhausted. And all I could do is I was a bit shivery. I thought, oh, I might be coming down with something. And it felt cold. It felt autumnal. You know that it's weird. You know we've got these bright skies at the moment, but it's starting to feel cold. And I just crawled under a blanket on my sofa and just sort of got autumnal
Mm.
and cuddled up with myself. And yeah, and then woke up Friday and it's like, oh my god, my routine. Like where's my overnight oats? And it's amazing that you can get completely destabilized by something that you think, I just thought I'm going back to work. It's going to be great. Well,
Mm.
not great, but I'm going back to work and, I'll be in the land of people again. But yeah, it just completely destabilized me, completely threw me out of my routine. And yeah, it's definitely something I've now got to think about going into next week is right.
Yeah.
Where do I make that time? Where, where do I draw the line? Like,
Boundaries.
yeah, where do I walk out of that school. Okay, that's work, that's done. Closing the door behind me. I now need to go and do some stuff for me.
Yeah.
And it's always that battle. And I guess I don't know. It's a bit like I think this is kind of how I approach life a lot. Is that I'm always like, yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be okay. And yeah, by the end of the week, I wasn't. So a few things threw me. And yeah, I've just got to find that. I've got to find those patterns again.
Oh
Got to find those
man.
routines.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that.
It's all right.
That you're struggling with that, but I trust that it'll work out, even though it's not my situation.
I trust it will. Yeah, I have a
Yeah.
plan. I have a plan, and
And,
it will be
uh,
what it will be.
yeah.
I throw it over to the higher power. See what happens.
And do you know what came up for me? Conkers.
Conkers. Is that because I
Yeah.
mentioned autumn?
Yeah. Right. Now I was on a walk because a big part of what I checked in with a big part of it is I go on hikes.
Mm-hmm.
Love it. Right. Um, Backpack on, water canister, apple, hand and nuts,
Yep.
that kind of vibe. Um, and out I go into the wilds, right? Love it. And I'm either with someone, hook up with people, or on my own solo. And I love ocean swimming as well. I've been doing a lot of that. So anyway, conkers. Came across a conker. First conker of the year. I saw one
Mm-hmm.
on a walk. Pretty good one and all.
Did you pick it up?
Yes, I
Good.
gave it a little rub. I gave my conkers a rub.
Yep.
Gave my conker a rub.
Yep.
Nice one, right? And it made me think, reminiscent, a lot of nostalgia associated to school with the
Mm.
conkers. Now, anyone that's in the UK will really relate to this, especially, no, actually, not especially the guys, because I remember a lot of the girls from the town that I lived in. We all had a conker. Not everyone, but it was a thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've got an 87er or whatever it was, or a 44er.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that?
Yeah.
It had 44 battles triumphant and it was still unmatched. And it might have had a few cracks on it. And didn't we put stuff on it? Nail polish
There was all
stuff. So
kinds of tricks, baking it in the oven.
yeah,
Yeah, people were trying all kinds of things.
yeah. Anyway, it's very nostalgic, reminiscent. So I thought, yeah, conker, get a little, drill a little hole in it, put a thread of lace through it, knot it. I feel like we should bring conkers back to win, not win. It's not about winning, right? If you've got a dispute with someone,
Mm-hmm.
have a conker match.
Yes. Yes.
Now, Right, this is the revolution, people, right? We shouldn't be dropping bombs, sorry,
Yeah.
atomic bombs. We shouldn't be getting all nuclear and or whatever we're doing. Conkers. I think all the world leaders should get together and have a massive conker match,
Yeah. Yeah.
right? And
Do, do conkers exist? Like, I
I
mean, I
don't
know
know.
conkers exist. Like,
In other
outside the UK,
countries, yeah, yeah,
like,
yeah, yeah. I'm pretty sure of that.
how many other countries have like? Is it chestnut trees?
I'm pretty sure America's got a lot. I mean, I've seen some magnificent trees in the Americas, man.
But
But in
do
Europe as
they?
well. In Europe as well.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
not sure. What trees does conker come from?
I'm assuming it's a chestnut tree, isn't
Uh, I don't know. Anyone that can be asked, join us at the Velvet
it?
Revolution
To start
pod.com.
talking about trees.
Send us your thoughts on this. Anyone? But like Um, so what I was the reason it's a twofold thing. So one was that's what came up for me when you said autumn, and the other thing was your situation, the principles before personalities.
Yeah.
Now, if you need to iron something out with someone that's got a big ego, challenge them to a conquer battle.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's something you can do, man.
I think that might be preferable to the confrontation that is going to happen.
I'd be obliged to just sort of like either destroy their conquer, or if I'm honest, I just take the conquer to their face, man. Give a little
Whoa.
cheeky, like, when you just sort of like, oh, sorry, mate. That's a bit of a miss shot. Clip their jawbone.
It comes from the horse chestnut tree,
Okay.
and a
Okay.
horse chestnut tree, which I thought was really British
No, no, no.
tree. It was first
Got,
introduced to the UK from Turkey in the late 16th
yeah,
century.
yeah.
There you go.
I'm pretty
So,
sure I've seen Conquers of the World, man.
so if you want to go for conquer battles, Turkey might be the place.
Yeah.
Be nice.
But I'd be interested to know, because I know
Yeah.
there's quite a few countries dialing into what we're doing. I'd be interested to know, right? Because I know there's some. I know Russia's. Should we be saying this? I don't know.
Is it? Do you think people in Russia are actually listening, or we've just got some
I don't,
spy bot?
I
That's
I
back to the robots, isn't it?
I think it's because of the name of what we called it, the Velvet Revolution, and it came from the Czech Republic, right? So,
Yeah.
and we've got Poland, and there's a bit of the Eastern Bloc going on. So, anyone there, do you know what we're talking about, right? If you are actually listening, if you are humans, right, and you've ever had a conquer battle at school, we would love to hear from you.
Yeah.
All right. Is this just exclusive to the school's British system? Because it was a school thing, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
Definitely. I went to an all boys school. It was like you wore your conkers with pride. You sort of going down the corridor. Imagine all the guys walking down the corridor with their conkers swinging them around, like, showboating. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
There's certain clubs you can go to and pay money for that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, right. Anyway, so let's move on from conkers. Let's get into it. So, um, um,
Is it just like the fact that we are on a certain letter that subconsciously we end up talking about things beginning with C?
I don't know. That's a good point. So it is let's see,
Yeah. And we've
and
talked about conkers and we've talked about chaos.
so I'm going to pull a list up because it is
Yeah.
my turn to pick. So let me just quickly grab it up. Um, I've still got it called. It's still called the Human Encyclopedia.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I've called. That's what it is on my end. It's obviously on your end as well, isn't it? Right. So let me read through them.
Go
Okay. So conkers.
on.
Is that
Conkers.
true? That is a thing.
What?
Oh, you're so conkers. He's gone conkers. That one.
Absolutely conkers that bloke.
Yeah. Anyway, maybe we should not just bring it back
We
like the
should
past
invent it,
time.
reinvent it as a
Yeah.
word.
All right. Okay. Let's do it. Right. Okay. So it's a big list. It's a big one.
Okay.
Courageous,
Mm-hmm.
critical,
Mm-hmm.
cheat,
Mm.
cynical, contemptuous, compulsive, charm, mm. Conceited,
Mm-hmm.
contradictory, contended, compare, can't do compassion, red line, already done it, confusion, mm. Connection, talk about that a lot, coerce, I think we talk
Yeah.
about that a lot,
Mm-hmm.
concise, curiosity, mm. Controlling, cowardly,
Mm.
just thinking of the Wizard of Oz,
Yeah.
contrary, contrary, depends where you're from, how you say it. How would you say that word?
Contrary, contrary, contrary,
Contrary.
I think. Yeah.
Contrary sounds like I'm just thinking a little house on the prairie. I don't know why. It's just because it rhymes with it. Cynical. Oh, I've got that twice. Need to get rid of that. Let me get rid of that. Cheerful, candid, confident, closed mouth. Closed mouth.
Who put that on?
Closed mouth.
Is that a thing?
Oh, that's a bit weird, isn't it? All right, let's
Yeah.
move on from that. I'm going to get rid of that. That's weird. Consistent, considerate, conscientious, closed, crude. Oh, he's
Mm.
so crude. Courteous, right? That's how I say it.
Yeah.
Um, covert.
It's those
Mm.
Russian robots.
Yeah, covert. Catatonic,
Mm-hmm.
chaotic, catastrophic, calm, concern, clear, careless, cooperative, competitive.
Mm-hmm.
What
There's
am I
tons.
feeling? There's a lot there. I don't know what I'm feeling. I sort of like the word curiosity. I've always liked that. Um, Nothing's really jumping out at me. I'm not really feeling. I'm feeling a little bit like not nothing's really courageous, critical, cheat, cynical, contemptuous, compulsive, compulsive. I'm gonna go with compulsive.
Okay.
Well, all right. I just thought, let's do it. There we go. Compulsive. Just landed on it. Don't even know if I really was feeling it, but we're doing it. I've redlined it. Compulsive. So, Mr. Rice,
Mm.
let's get straight into it. Do you feel
Yeah.
that you have experienced compulsion in your life? What does it mean to you to be compulsive?
uh, that you're compulsed to do something. It's like, is it beyond like you're doing something beyond your control? Almost like it feels like it's beyond your control.
Hang on, I just lost 3 seconds there because I just pulled my headphone
Oh, okay.
jack out. It just came out of my foot on on
Is
on
that
a
because you
lead.
spilt some hot porridge on your foot and you had to move
Yeah,
it?
just had a moment. Say that again. What you just said.
So, is compulsion the idea that you're compelled to do something with a lack of like it's almost like a subconscious act. Like you're compelled to do something because you're just doing it. Is that I'm thinking about? I think the first thing I'm thinking is obsessive compulsion disorder, where you are doing stuff because you can't help it. So
Mm.
yeah, like
When I learned about the subject matter of addiction, when I studied addiction,
mm-hmm.
I didn't go to school and study it. Maybe they should have a bring that into the curriculum.
I was going to say the
I've got
roots of it.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah.
double addiction this morning.
Yeah, that would be good. I
Wouldn't
like
it?
that. Yeah,
Everyone would be running to that one.
yeah.
All right. Right, kids. Today we're going to learn how to do oh God, I won't go there. There's so much you can go there with that one. Today we're going to learn how to do a yard of ale.
A yard of ale. Is that
Yeah.
where you went? Like, of all the things you could be addicted to, you went for ale.
Well, I don't know. I went to an old boys' school,
Okay.
you know?
In a quite traditional town as well. So, yeah.
Yeah. There's
There was
quite a lot.
lots of flagons of ale drunk in that
Yeah, they've
town.
got the staple brewery there,
Yeah,
which is
yeah,
all a bit yeah, secret handshakes and tunnels under the freaking
yeah, yeah.
all of that stuff. And yeah, it's very like that where I'm from.
Mm,
Um, I blame the town.
yeah. It's got a lot to answer for.
And but a yard of ale, yeah, you know. Oh, what did you learn today, Johnny? Oh, I learned how to scull 5 yards of ale. It was only meant to do one. You
I
know,
got
that's
addicted. I got addicted really quickly.
yeah.
Yeah,
You out tonight? Yeah, I'm going down the pub. They got a yard of ale night.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know why I'm saying that. But anyway, look, so when I learned about addiction, you know, and I didn't study it in double addiction at school. I learned it, I learned it through, I don't know what to call it really. Um, a program, a
Okay.
program of, it was a program. I worked a program.
Hmm.
I'm not going to name it, but it's a very well-known program that you would, um, possibly, it's freely available. And if you research and look up, I have a fucking savage drink problem, or I have a savage, not, you know, I have, I have a savage drug problem, you know, chemical problem. Um, and I have no money. I can't go to treatment. I can't afford to get a therapist, blah, blah, blah. Free support. Certain support groups might pop up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do your own research, people. And and I went and studied it. Now, doesn't mean it's right what I studied. Now, there's a saying in the place that I studied it, which is take what you need and leave the rest.
Yeah.
And I also was studying the Dharma, you know, Buddhist philosophy, and in that, it's a similar thing. You know, don't believe what we tell you. Go and find out for your own experience.
Hmm.
That's what I did. So my study of all things, you know, because I'm doing a segue here between addiction and what I studied. The word compulsive and compulsion, the compulsion to consume, the compulsion for more, the compulsion to to not be able to stop with no off button. When I start something and I can't stop, my understanding is that I have a compulsion there. There's something that's driving it. There's some energy. There's something going on, and I need to look at that. Now, the key thing here is, has my life become so fucking bent out of shape, unmanageable, that I need to look at this shit?
Hmm.
And, or do I give a fuck?
Yeah. Yeah.
Because one of the first things you got to do in them said um, groups, supports, and you're working with people and uh, collectively in a group. It's a great thing. It's like teamwork, right?
Hmm.
Supported, so you ain't got to do it on your own. If I did it on my own, I probably wouldn't do it, wouldn't have done it. So it's great to have a collaboration going on, right? Some mentorship, a sensei. I always say sober sensei, right?
Hmm.
So yes, sensei, you know, all of that, right? Um, what I understood is that one of the first things you have to do, like the very first principle, if you want to use that word, the first step of many steps forward is to admit to yourself and maybe to one other person that there's a problem, that I recognize my life has become a little bit fucking wobbly. And I might need to look at some stuff. So yeah, compulsion, compulsiveness, I believe, from what I've studied, and I've been studying it for many, many years since I first come around it, because I didn't really know what it meant.
Hmm.
Before that, preceding that, someone said, "Oh, yeah, yeah, you're really fucking compulsive. You are." Wouldn't really have understood what that meant. Does that make sense? What I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, I think that's what I was saying when you asked in terms of what is it is it subconscious? Is there, like, if I'm compelled to do something, is that the same as being compulsed to do something? Is
Compulsive.
compelled like a sort of moral code? I'm compelled to do this because this is what I believe, and I'm compulsed to do something because I'm not sure
All
what I
right.
believe.
All right. Okay. There's a need and a want, right?
Yeah.
Now, my needs and wants were mixed up formative years. So, what I thought I
Hmm.
needed were actually maybe my wants. And
Yeah.
what I thought I wanted were maybe what I needed. Does that make
Yeah.
sense?
Yeah. Yeah.
So, in my opinion, from my direct experience of studying this stuff and being caught in a dysregulated, unattended compulsion for many years, a compulsion to want to medicate in many,
Hmm.
many ways with no control, no self will, no power to have any power over anything that's going on. It's all on a subliminal, subconscious. To answer your question, yeah, on a subconscious, unskillful, unregulated, unconscious level.
Mm.
Right. That compulsion was running riot. It was like um, it was like a bunch of feral dogs running around, just with no control, just like
Mm.
running around, wild, running wild.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's these. I think I talked about this last week, but I think it's this pattern, these life patterns, these life scripts that we're almost compelled to follow. Like this, there's this idea that, that we inherit all this stuff from family, from friends, from our sort of formative years of growing up. We start to create ourselves in a certain way,
Mm-hmm.
and that's a tough job to work out who you are as a human, and why you think certain things and why you do certain things. And it takes quite a uh, I think it takes quite a special mind to think differently and to step outside of that norm. And unfortunately, I think it also tends to take quite a seismic event. So if someone's had some sort of dreadful illness or accident, or reach rock bottom with an addiction, or things tend to have to happen that are really, really bad for someone to then go, right, I'm going to change this script. I'm not going to do the yard of ale, which I learned in addiction lessons at school. It's like I'm not going to follow everyone else. I think it takes quite a strong mind to then go, right, I'm not going to be that I'm going to do this, I'm going to be something else. And yeah, it's I think, so often we don't know where these compulsions come from. We don't recognize, okay, this is why I feel compulsed to do this.
Yeah,
I'm feeling really, really sad, and so I am going to do this, or I'm feeling
yeah,
really angry because I'm gonna do this.
yeah. So what's come up for me? Running with the wild dogs.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's run with that for a minute. So let's run with the wild dogs, the
Up,
rabid,
up the hill.
wild. Yeah.
Yeah, we're running up the hill. Yeah,
Is this Kate Bush?
this is Kate Bush
So now I've got an image of Kate Bush doing
running
a
up that hill, following some wolves. Is it wolves? She's in the video, or is it dogs?
running up that hill.
Yeah.
I don't know. But she was, I think she was, I don't know, man. There's something quite alluring, quite like erotic about Kate Bush. Am I right in saying that? Am I alone with that? It's just
Not at all. Not at all. She
something
was.
about her.
She is. She. Yeah.
As a young man, when I saw her gyrating in her bush way,
Yeah.
getting all, yeah, there was something really enticing,
Mm-hmm.
quite fizzy is the word I'd use.
Fizzy.
Yeah, it made me feel fizzy as a young
Okay.
man.
Yeah.
You know, when you open it, shake a can and you open it and it just explodes
Yeah.
and just everywhere. Right, anyway, so
Let's go back to the dogs. Wild dogs.
so we're running with the dogs, right? We're running up that hill with the wild dogs, right?
Yeah.
Now, what come up for me with what you just said about this, what came up was untamed,
Right.
right? The untamed mind,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, and emotions. So I have talked from my own experience, my formative years, that's what I was doing, right? I was running, running from, there's so much in that word, as a metaphor for life, running from myself,
Mm-hmm.
running from life, running from my truth, running from the universal truth, maybe, running from my emotions, running from responsibility, accountability, running from um, people,
Mm-hmm.
running from love, running from intimacy,
Mm-hmm.
running from connection. I mean, it can go on and on and on, right? So if you don't learn how to train that untamed response to life, just like the wild dog, it will continue. If that's all it's ever done, or that's all it ever has known, then that's going to be, if nothing changes, then nothing changes. And if you're at a point in your life, people, this has been my experience, where you get to a point where you start to realize that that running is getting tiring. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. It's that saying. It's such a cliche saying, right? But it's such a good one. Right? I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired. I'm tired. I'm fatigued. I'm worn
Mm.
out. I'm done. I can't do this, man. This isn't sustainable. Like any marathon, if you clock it all up, all of that running, it's a lot of mileage, man. Been on the run all my life. I'm done. I can't do this forever. And is it any surprise you get to a point where you just want to, things start to come into your mindset that like, I don't want to do this anymore.
Mm.
And if you're anything like me, medication, and I'm not talking about critical medication that is prescribed for certain specific things. I'm not talking about that, right? Because it's different. That's like really important, and people need to understand, that if you need that stuff, I'm not talking about that. How I medicated was, where's that yard of ale, man? And I won't settle for 1 yard of ale, you know. And everything in life that came up for me, whether it's me running from that intimacy or running from myself, the emotions, running from sadness, running from sorrow, running from regret, remorse, um, confusion, pain, suffering, whatever, then I'm gonna reach for that yard of ale, metaphorically speaking, and not just metaphorically speaking. I'm gonna actually do it. I'm gonna realize that I'm gonna drink a lot of it, not just one, but a lot, right? So you're right. You do need a catalyst to, because if nothing changes, nothing will change. But if you recognize in your life that I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and doing this whole running thing and the medicating thing that I'm going to presume other people do, I'm not the only one that does it. It's not everyone, but there's definitely other people that do it. I know there is, in the way that I used to do it. Now I had to come to a realization that I'm sick and tired of doing this. That's the first step, just to realize that. Now, you might sit with that realization for many years before you actually act on it. And if you're lucky, you'll start to look at some ways of changing it. And that's where the honesty part has to come in. You've got to get real with your situation, people.
Mm.
Um, and I'm not presuming that everyone's that's listening is relating to what I'm saying, but I'm saying it in a way that I'm gonna guess that maybe if there's just one person that relates, then it's worth saying. You know what I mean? Now, just quickly, Ben, I just want to get up compulsion. I've got it here. It's really important I read this right now, right? So, pressure forcing someone to do something, right?
Okay.
That's what it says in the book of words. Compulsion, pressure forcing someone to do something. So that's not a want, that's a need. I need to do something.
And where's that pressure coming from? Like, is that, in terms of what you've talked about, it was an internal pressure that was saying to you, I can't do this without this yard of ale, without this what I can't exist
Yeah,
without these things.
I need. It's like it starts off, oh, I fancy a yard of ale tonight.
Mm-hmm.
She'll go, she'll go down a, she'll go down the pub and have a yard of ale, boys.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it starts like that, right? That's a want. It's not. I'm not at a point of needing at that point. That's a want.
Mm-hmm.
I would like. Shall we? Let's do it. Right? But it turns for me anyway, because I think there's two sort of different types of people. And anyone listening, what type are you? I know what one I am.
Yeah.
Yeah. Some people it's just like, yeah, I don't need to do anything. I like to do stuff and I want to do stuff, but I don't need to do it. And I was like, I think I started out like that. But I think if I look at my early life, I was always quite a needy person. I needed to feel, I was craving love, craving intimacy. I need that. I think we can all agree. We don't all just want that. We kind of need it. It's quite vital.
Mm.
It's an innate human sort of requirement
Yeah.
to have love and a sense of security and a sense of intimacy. and a sense of nurturing early life. It's important. If you don't receive that, then it makes sense that you're going to go to other things to try and fill that void.
Mm.
That's what it was for me anyway. And
And
that's where,
there's going to be an anger and a resentment. There's going to be, if you don't get that, then there's going to be a hole or holes.
yeah.
And then how do you fill those holes? You know,
Hmm.
and then you're going to get those urges. You're going to get that those sensations which you don't understand. You don't realize why you're doing something.
Absolutely. And in underneath that pressure forcing someone to do something, it says an irresistible urge to do
Mm.
something. And that's where I believe the attachment to something, aka addiction, entanglement, right? You know, it's like I don't want to do something, but I kind of need to,
Yeah,
and I can't not do it.
yeah. I'm not going to pick my phone up for 10 minutes. I'm not going to turn this screen
I'm not gonna call her.
on.
I'm not. I'm not. We're over. We're finished.
Mm.
I'm never going back. And then like 5 hours later, you're making a you're making a bowl of popcorn, shaking some salt and whatever else you're shaking on it, and you're dimming the lights, and then you're getting one of the streaming platforms open, selecting a nice little horror film to get them scared.
Is that? I always wondered why people watch horror movies. I never got that. I was never into horror movies.
And you scare the fuck out of them, and then they have to stay at yours that night. I'm only like I'm riffing. This
Yeah,
isn't something
yeah.
I do. I hate fucking horror films, and that isn't a scenario I would use. But I'm just throwing it out there. That's a riff that, you know,
Yeah, this that that thought of the fact that it's irresistible, that we've got these compulsions to do things that we have no understanding of, and I find it absolutely terrifying how many of us walk through life literally not comprehending that. Like it's almost like there's a it's almost, well, it is like zombies. And it's like you're sleepwalking through a world where you're just like, I'm not gonna work out why it is that I feel the need to drink 10 pints and totally obliviate myself. And I'm not going to think about why it is that I need to, that I can't let this person go, or I can't, it feels so unskillful. It feels so, it feels so painful, I think, as well. Like you said, you get to this point where you're sick and tired. I am fed up of waking up and feeling like this. What can I do about it? And so many of us, I think, and I know I shouldn't be talking in general terms. I have been at a point, and I get to that point a lot. It's like, what else? What else is coming? How can I change this? What can I do to actually stop feeling like this? And and unless you take agency over that, whether you actually understand I am in control of me and do something about it, but it's just never that easy, is it? It's also, I mean, I'm just sort of, you know, thinking out loud here, but just, it really concerns me that so many people, and we just don't do that. We joked about having addiction lessons, but our understanding of life and our understanding of ourselves is so basic at times, and we are so advanced now as a species. It just scares me that we don't do more work, more educative work, where we are trying to get people to understand about themselves and understand that we do have irresistible urges that need to be met, and like, how do we control them, how do we work with them even. And I just think it's crazy that in this day and age we're not doing more to help people help themselves.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Can you get up the? I haven't got. I'm all on it. I'm on airplane mode on everything. Have you got
Okay.
anything where you can just punch in the five hindrances?
The five hindrances.
Yeah,
Okay.
just put that in there. It should come up, right? Because this is what's coming up for me about what you're saying, and this is a real good one. It's really
Oh,
simple.
the five hindrances and their antidotes.
Right, go for it. What are
The,
they?
the five hindrances are sensual desire,
Mm-hmm.
ill will,
Mm-hmm.
sloth and torpor. I
Mm-hmm.
like that. What's torpor mean? Restlessness and remorse,
Mm-hmm.
and skeptical doubt.
There we go. Right. So let's just land on that. Right. Now, when I was learning about, now I used to once upon a time know all of those off by heart. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Now, if I really dug deep, I probably could have pulled them all out of my mind somewhere. Right. Because it was there. Right. But let's rewind to quite some time ago when I was studying all about this stuff. Right. And like I said, I didn't go to double addiction at school and learn about all this stuff, or, you know, I didn't have classes on how to be how to be a human. Didn't get taught that really. I had to figure it all out for myself. Right. I got some good baseline stuff maybe from my parents early on that went in. I learned to be a good person, to be polite. They taught me some really key skills. I think a lot of parents can do that and do that. But we need more. But when I started to learn about this stuff, and I was learning predominantly about addiction because the support groups that I went to were based predominantly around, you know, um, I have addiction issues that I need to address. So I started to study and work a program. Like for me, I always say this, I went to school for, let's just say my secondary school experience lasted 5 years, right? And
Mm-hmm.
uh, and then I had this, and that all played out between the ages of like 11 and 16, right? It's a fucking long time ago, and it's very early on in my life where I was ill-equipped to even be at the fucking school, let alone retain any of the information that I'm being taught by these robotic teachers. I'll give some of them due. Sorry, Ben, Mr. Rice. Sorry, Mr. Rice.
Did you throw porridge at them to check if they were robots or not?
We threw a lot of stuff at them,
Mm.
mainly verbal abuse.
Yeah, yeah,
But they gave us as good as we
yeah.
got, you know what I mean? It's pretty, it's fucking mad. And I spoke to other people who went to my school. And we're all on the same page with it. It's fucking mental. Anyway, right? So 5 years education. And then when I left school at 16, one of the best educations of my life was being out there ill-equipped to deal with life, and I had to figure it all out for myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then I got into my 30s, and then I've accumulated this sort of like school of hard knocks, you know. But it's got me to a point where, you know, I'm fairly resilient because I'm still alive, but I want to
Mm-hmm.
kill myself, you know what I mean?
Yep.
And I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired and all that bullshit, right? So, and I'm in a savage addiction to fucking everything you can throw at, right? So that's where I'm at in my early 30s, right? And then I start to study from people that had already studied it, this information. It's like an apprenticeship, right? And I'm learning about compulsion and obsessiveness, because obsessiveness is, like it's like brother and sister, obsession, compulsion. I'm learning about all this stuff,
Hmm.
about how I have no like mental defense from it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Not just like a physical need, a physical compulsion, like my body's like craving. Like I'm craving and I can't manage my cravings, whether it's for sex, drugs, you know, money, love, whatever. I'm craving it. Like I fucking crave it. My body is like, I need this stuff, man. I need it. I can't live without it. Right? Yeah, but it's not. It's to my detriment. It's like a big part of what I'm talking about is there's some adrenaline. There's a lot of intrigue that comes with it that forces you to want to. It's like almost like the getting and the chasing of whatever you're trying to get, whether it is like sex or drugs or whatever. It's like there's this energy that fuels you, and it's got a lot of adrenaline and there's a lot of intrigue to that. It's like, and then when you get it, the moment you break the seal, or the moment you get your hit, your fix, it's like you straight away, well, momentarily you might feel a fleeting moment of like relief, but then it's like then there's a lot of fucking shit stuff that consumes you after,
Mm.
emotionally, spiritually, some of it physically even. You just get consumed with shame, remorse, guilt, regret, all of the fucking horrible shit. Stops working, man. Stopped working a long time ago. So I'm learning about all this stuff, what I'm talking about. I'm learning about it, right? And I start to move into the solution. Knowledge is power. I need
Mm.
to educate myself. So 5 years at school and 16 years going on 20 years. A big part of that was like, let's say 5 years of learning the same amount I was at school. I'm doing 5 years as a foundation. To me, that was my master's degree in fucking how to be human. At 34, I got that,
Yeah.
right? And I'm learning about how to be a fucking human for the first time, how to access intimacy, how to access love for myself, then outwardly towards other people. How to meet my emotions, how to meet life on life's terms without having to fucking have a knee-jerk reaction and act out, right? And I'm learning about all about that stuff. And a big part of what I was learning was also the five hindrances. And it all lends itself to each other. So let's explore the five hindrances. So what's the first one?
The first one, right? Sorry, let me. I have the first one we have is sensual desire.
Okay, then, right, let's get into it.
Kama Chanda.
All right. Because this is taken from Pali, not Pali, what is it? It's transcript, a lot of it.
Okay.
Anyway, so sexual desire, right? First hindrance.
Hmm.
Now, what is a hindrance?
What's a hindrance?
Yeah, what would you
Something that's
say?
blocking us. I say it's a block. I say it's something that's stopping us from being what we want to be.
Yeah,
Uh,
so like misrepresenting myself is what I always say. I
yeah.
was misrepresenting myself because of hindrances,
Hmm.
right? Okay, so here you go. I've got it up. Hindrance. A thing that delays or obstructs someone or something. There you go. Well done, Mr. Rice. Okay, so the first hindrance. in our human experience to be to be well, to have a great sense of well-being and a great sense of contentment. The first hindrance is sexual desire, right?
So sensual. Does
Sensual. Sorry, I'm going straight to sexual desire.
like, do you think,
Sensual.
yeah, yeah, I guess it's, I mean, is that just feeling any
Well,
sort of sensation in the body?
well, let's explore it. So, what does it mean to you? Go on.
Well, I'm just like sensual desire, like you can feel good on your own. Like if there's
Oh, I know you
certain
can.
certain chemicals or certain things that can, yeah, like, there's a reason why people take chemicals. They make you feel a certain way. So I'm just in terms of that sort of sensual desire, I guess yeah, that it's got here hindrance, craving and attachment to pleasant sensory experiences. Now, obviously, the most primal and basic sensual experience that we can have is to be with another human being.
So that's why I went to
Yeah,
sexual.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering whether you could take it into a sort of actually, there's certain sensual experiences we can have whilst on various chemicals.
It's a rabbit hole.
Yeah.
It really is. So sensual desire, because my understanding is when I studied it, is you go through all the hindrances, and it's not about being anorexic from it all.
Hmm.
It's not about that. Now, the realms where this is extracted from, it's like a Eastern um, kind of um, what would I call it? It's like the principles of their
Hmm.
understanding. They'd probably get taught this at school, maybe. I don't know. But we don't have an equivalent. We really don't. And we should have. I believe they should be teaching five hindrances in school, Mr. Rice.
I think that in places like Thailand and stuff, you can choose which path you go on. So I
Mm,
think you can go and join a temple
yeah,
at a very young age, and you can
yeah, yeah.
learn. It almost, yeah, all
And
of this stuff becomes like a uh, religious experience or religious learnings or something.
yeah,
It's like the sort of life learnings that
uh,
we don't put on top. Spiritual, that's the word I'm looking for.
yeah,
Sort of spiritual
spiritual. Yeah.
understanding doesn't mean you necessarily have to start believing
Mm,
in a man sitting on a cloud with a big white beard, but it just, I think we don't we don't have a lot of that spiritual understanding. We I think religion is almost seen as a dirty word, almost, if that makes sense. I don't think
mm.
religion, spirituality is almost seen as an afterthought when it comes to education.
I believe the word that is got a lot of stigma attached. You're right. Is religion. I think it causes a lot of problems in the world. The word does, you know.
Yeah,
And I feel like spirituality, even rewind, let's just say even 5 years ago, certainly, 10 years ago, spirituality is like, oh God, they're one of them, God,
mm,
woo woo, all that stuff. Of course, there is that part of it, but in layman's terms, spirituality is just the essence of being human.
yeah.
It's the essence of being. And if you don't know how to fucking be people, you're in fucking trouble. If you ain't worked
I,
that one out yet. You know what I mean? So it's kind of like, doesn't it make sense to learn how to be, the essence of being, how to be spiritual?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And the hindrances are what get in the way of that, right?
Well, someone said to me the other day, we quite often get what we want, and I know there's people out there that don't even get that. Like
Mm,
we get fed, we get a warm house, we get a bed. I know there's kids that grow up without that even, but we
yeah.
quite, in the West, a lot of people get what they want. They don't get what they need.
Yeah.
And I saw an incredible study this week, which said that schools are only responsible for 16% of students' attainment.
Yeah, yeah,
So schools can only control 16% of how well a kid does in an exam. The other 84% is shaped by home environment, by their emotional well-being, their sense of safety, relationships. I mean, I sort of read that and thought, what's the point? What we're getting it, if that's, whatever we do at school is such a small percentage of what the kids actually need
yeah,
to be successful adults. And like you said, you took you till your mid 30s and you go, actually, I'm now going to study this. I'm
yeah,
now, it again, it's something we've said before. It's, the teacher appears when the student is ready. But, you know, you needed that learning at that point. But if you had that learning when you were younger, and maybe you had double addiction as opposed to double French or
yeah, yeah, yeah,
double geography or whatever it was, then maybe you might have been better equipped to deal with the things that life threw at you.
yeah, maybe. I'd like to think so. I certainly would like to think so. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I just think
Um,
we leave people so open, so vulnerable after school to to yeah, so ill equipped to they just, it's like it's no wonder we end up with societies that are addicted to so many different things because we're not even slightly addressing half of the things that need to be addressed in a school setting
yeah,
because we're so worried about you know exam tables and and which school's the best and who's going to get straight A's and the emphasis is completely switched from actually producing human beings that are going to be successful in this world to so almost robots.
do you think it's premeditated by, I don't know, do you know what I mean? It doesn't, why have we not implicated it? Why is it not so? Why do we not get this available to us? Is it coming back to what I've always said, which is, and I know the school system, I know the education, the way it's all set up and the curriculum is, their mindset has always been, it's not our responsibility. It's the home, it's the parents that need to
Mm-hmm.
be teaching this, right? And
Yeah,
I've always said that, held that stance. Well, what happens if you're fucking not getting it at
yeah.
home? Do you know what I mean? It's not accessible for everyone, and it should be rolled out as accessible. But then what it comes down to, if like, the teachers that I had, I'm not sure I would have bloody, when we had biology and it got Mr. freaking robot teaching us. Sorry, Mr. Robot. But he was trying to teach us all things, you know, sex. It was like the Monty Python freaking sketch. Well, it wasn't. I wish it bloody was like that. I wish it was like that. The meaning of life
Yeah,
sketch where
yeah,
he's actually getting on her.
yeah.
Well, sorry to use that term. I didn't mean that. What I meant was he was getting on her on the desk in front of the whole
Mm.
classroom, and he was showing the class sexual intercourse and the act of making love. I believe it was that, kind of the very British version of that,
Yeah.
to the class. Now, if we had had that in our class, I feel like we might have learned something. Yeah. I don't know. I
I
don't
mean,
know, man.
what compulsed you to find where did you discover the five hindrances, for instance, or what compulsed you to find
I was
that level of insight into the world?
Because when I, right, first step, right, is to, right, go, oh, right, okay, yeah, I get it. I know I'm fucked and I need some help, right? So,
Hmm.
okay, where do I get that help? Then I find that resource, right? So, like anything, if I want to know how to unblock a toilet, I'm probably going to want to seek out someone that's already unblocked a toilet.
Yeah.
right? Because they're probably more likely to know how to unblock a toilet, right?
Hmm.
And I always say that about, using that as a metaphor. That's just one throwaway metaphor I just thought of is that, right? If I want to learn how to be free from compulsion, obsession, addiction, entanglement, attachment, I want to go to the source. Who are the best people to look at it? Well, a room full of people that are maybe sober and free, it's completely abstaining from mind-altering substances who used to be addicts is a fucking
Hmm.
good start. That's a good
Yeah.
starting point, in my
Yeah.
opinion. So that's where I looked. That's where I went, right? Then when you start to look at that stuff and you start to get clarity and then cravings subside, that compulsion to want to use whatever you're using leaves you. Now, I'm under no illusion, and I write about this in my journey in my book, the progression of peeling away them layers of the onion. The first layer always is denial.
Hmm.
And you've got to register the denial first. You've got to go, oh, I'm in denial. Oh, I'm a fish in a fishbowl. And like you've always said, the fish is the last one to know it's in the fishbowl.
Hmm.
So you got to go, oh, I'm a fish in a fishbowl. I need to go out of the fishbowl and put myself into a vast ocean of opportunity and not be contained in this little fishbowl, right? Excuse me. Step one, denial. Get real. Get over my fucking bullshit that I'm telling myself everything's cool because it ain't, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Boom. Then the next layer, okay, I need to get off of whatever I'm fucking doing, man. I've got to stop doing that shit. Can't do it
Hmm.
on my own. I've tried. It's hard. Let's do it together. Support group. Brilliant. Bingo. Right. Next step. Right. I'm feeling good about myself. I'm starting to feel healthy. The fog's clearing. I'm starting to feel more regulated. I'm starting to feel like I'm connecting to life. I feel like I'm connecting to who I am, who I was always meant to be. I'm feeling more connected. And because I'm feeling more connected to truth, I'm feeling a sense of contentment, a sense of well-being, a sense of happiness, maybe, like real happiness, sense of joy. Now, I'm also going to have some other things come up because you know, the great thing is there's the saying, the great thing about what I'm talking about is you get your feelings back. And then the little dodgy thing about it all is you get your feelings back. So you start to feel stuff that you probably haven't felt for a while because you've been medicating, right?
Hmm.
So guess what? Guess what happens? Central desire, which I still hadn't really understood on that level, is starting to come in a different way. So where I'm not chasing certain central desires with certain things, I start to put my focus and my energy and my cravings into other areas. Enter sexual desire, people.
Yep.
Love, relationships, sex, porn might be in that. Masturbation,
Hmm.
hey, cheeky word, you know, get your head around that, people. Masturbation, hey, brings up a lot of shame for a lot of people, man. That's a bit of a weird fucking masturbation.
It doesn't help you say in that creepy voice.
Have you polished your conkers today, people? Anyway, right. So this is what comes with me being able to talk about it. It comes with being able to talk about it.
Yeah.
It comes with studying it, right? So I'm not going to go into details, but there's a certain amount of power, self-empowerment that comes with removing the shame attached to what I'm talking about. I don't feel any shame around talking about it, which is why I'm able to talk about it, and it's beautiful. I feel free and liberated. What a beautiful thing. All right. So for me, I hope that answers it. I I started to realize that even being sober, if you want to use that word, I don't even know if I like that word because sober is quite a boring word. Just being present, being healthier. It's a
Yeah.
lifestyle change, realizing that I'm a little bit fucked. I need to get well. So let me get well. Let me get back on track. Let's get this. optimize who I'm meant to be as a human. Let's connect to life as I was always meant to connect to life. Let's have the best fucking life I can. I want to have the best life experience I can. Guess what? I'm having it. Great. Job done. But I have to continue to educate, I have to continue to study, I have to continue to practice. And that's why I started to learn about the hindrances, the 5 hindrances, because there's more. The first phase is just removing the first or second thing that's causing you the most problems, whether that's alcohol, drugs, or gambling, or whatever the fuck it is that's causing you a lot of havoc in your life. Get on top of that one first, and then you can start working through some other stuff. Now, anyone that's listening, if you relate or you don't relate, or maybe it's the first time you're hearing something like this, you're like, oh, fucking hell, I think there might be something in this. Don't get overwhelmed. Don't be perturbed or put off by me saying there's some work involved, because there fucking is. Don't be under any illusion that it's easy. Otherwise, everyone would be doing it.
Mm.
But the reward to having to get a little bit uncomfortable is immeasurable. It's unparalleled. You will experience joy and happiness like you could never have dreamed of.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's fascinating that that you have found spiritual texts, because that's where the 5 hindrances come from. Yeah. It's Sanskrit, it's Buddhism,
It's basically Buddhism. Yeah.
yeah. But that text, that learning is, you have to go to a church, you have to go to a temple, you have to go to a place of worship to, if you're not going to those places, then you're not getting any of that learning. And it feels like, I guess that's where I'm going with this, is it feels to me like school was there when it got invented, was to turn kids into being able to read and write and to do maths. Yeah, it was to give them skills that were very practical and that can make them worth employing, that would make them able to do jobs and earn money and earn people, bosses, more money. And church was there to teach people the sort of spiritual moral code. And when things started, I'm guessing, hundreds of years ago, that you had both of those. Lots of people went to both. Well, not lots of people, but people went to school and people went to church. Now we've got a situation where people go to school and they don't go to church. Like the spiritualness has been lost. And if you don't go to church, and church for me, like I remember going to church as a kid and I hated it. And this idea that people were preaching at you and were telling you these stories that have morals to them, and you've got to behave in a certain way. And it can be very scary and very prescriptive, I guess is what I'm saying. But when you come to learn about things like the 5 hindrances, when you go to other religions and you find the text and you go, oh, okay, well, this makes sense. This is just about living a good life.
Mm.
Again, I don't have to believe in a man nailed to a cross or whatever. I'm just looking at this as a text, and there's some really beautiful things in here.
Philosophy.
Yeah. And ways of being that are good,
Mm.
and ways of thinking about the world that are going to be helpful and skillful.
Mm.
And I just think that's, in this current climate, in this current world we're at, we don't find, like you said, you put down the tools that weren't serving you. You put down the tools that were masking and disguising all the pain. And then once you've put all that down, then you feel stuff. And it's like, I don't want to feel that. That's why I was doing all those things.
Mm-hmm.
And then once you feel stuff, it's like, what do I do with this? Some of this really hurts. This is quite painful. And
Mm.
so, yeah, finding texts and finding spaces where you can deal with that pain and those thoughts it is spirituality, I think, but it's so many of us are really scared, and I'm definitely, like I've never been religious in my life. I would never count myself as a religious person, but it's like going towards that sort of understanding of spirituality. It's just going, I just need a moral code. I need something that's going to help me make sense of all this other stuff that I wasn't taught at school.
Yeah, this is why. Thank you for sharing it, Ben. And it's really important that people, anyone listening, if you're finding this and you're getting something from where we're at right now with all of this, because this is like a really significant. I always say this, like it's crossovers and everything we do preceding this episode, it all points to the same thing, man. It does. What program are you working, people? I know what program I was working. I was working my program, right? And maybe I was working the the a program that was put on me early in life, and the word program is really apt. Programming,
Mm,
right? I need to reprogram myself, right? Now, for me, I tried to do that on my own, right? Now, with spirituality, my understanding of the essence of spirituality is the essence of being human, just being. Who am I?
mm,
We always come back to that. Who am I? Now, that's a solo journey. I can go to India, I can go to Bali, I can go to all these different retreats and these different freaking ashrams, and I can walk the Camino, and I can, backpack across fucking Africa and all this stuff on my own. At the end of it, will I know who I am? I'm not sure, right? But what I do know is that when I connect to the we, you've got a lot of, and maybe this is why some people don't do it because you're forced with some accountability. That sensei, I always use the word sensei, in a student and a teacher relationship is very significant to make change because a good teacher will challenge the student. I needed to be challenged because my programming was so fucking hardwired that I was always going to just go, nah. My ego, which is very significant in what we're dealing with, compulsion, obsession, addiction, all that stuff, it all centers in my mind. It's a compulsion of my mind, you know, and my ego, that part of me that is saying, you're not worth it. You're not worth getting well. Just suffer. You pitiful piece of shit.
mm-hmm.
Don't bother. Just eat your way out of it. Just fuck your way out of it. Just tug your way out of it. That's like open to interpretation, people. Um, dependent on
Yeah,
what sex you
yeah.
are. I don't know how that works. Um, yeah, yeah. Anyway, so
Move on. Move on. Just
move
move on.
on. I'll just drink my way out of it. So accountability, right? Accountability. So for me, spirituality, the church is the way, right? But how many people connect to what's on offer there? For me, when I was younger, we used to go. We used to go when we was kids. We used to go to church. We used to go to Sunday group. As soon as I could, I got out of it because I wanted to get out of it. It wasn't cool for me to be at church, so I got out of it. The only thing I looked forward to was the yard of ale. And no, I'm joking.
Very different church.
I'm
Yeah.
joking.
The church of beer.
It was the wine,
Mm.
the red wine, sipping of the red wine. But anyway, look. So for some people it works, and it's great, and they find spirituality within that, and they find the accountability in the we. For me, I wasn't one of them. I needed to find my own path, right? And there's a lot out there, people, and there's no right or wrong. But the antidote to the hindrances, which I want to quickly get into, because you said there's antidotes to each hindrance. I think we should machine gun through it quickly.
Okay.
But you need, in my opinion, what are the antidotes? And can I do it on my own, or do I need some accountability to challenge my ego mind, that programming that's hardwired? So the first hindrance was sensual desire. I think we've already
Yeah.
covered that one. It's very
And,
broad.
and the antidote is one pointedness of mind and finding pleasure in the peace and happiness that arises from meditative absorption rather than external sense pleasures.
Yeah. So go inward.
Yeah.
Act in,
Remember
not
to go on your
out.
own. Yeah.
Act in, not out. Non-attachment. Non-attachment is basically at the basis of these principles. That's what I discovered. That's my interpretation, is non-attachment. Desire comes up, right? Desire comes up. It's a moment to moment. All of what you're going to talk through in a minute, right, is they're going to come up. These emotions, these sensory experiences, these desires, these emotions, these experiences are going to arise within my experience. Do I attach to it and follow it blindly and see where it leads me? Or do I not attach and see it like a cloud in the sky passing by? Just don't get involved. Just see it, observe it, don't attach, let it go. Go inward, breathe, meditate on it. Don't get involved. What's the second one?
Ill will. So hindrance, aversion, anger, or hostility towards others or oneself, leading to negative feelings and actions.
All right, so
Antidote. Do you want the antidote?
yeah, go on.
Joy and loving kindness. Cultivating feelings of goodwill and connection can counteract ill will.
So killing with kindness.
Yeah.
Right, so okay, I'm feeling resentment and anger within my being. Okay, where's that coming from? This is what meditation's for. Where's it coming from? Don't just blindly act out on it. Like, I feel angry, I'm going to take it out on my partner. Where's it coming from? What's my part in it? Now, I need to sit with that stillness. Let's replace meditation with stillness. I
Mm-hmm.
need stillness to be able to observe what's going on. Where's that resentment and ill will coming from? Right? What's my part in it? Why is it there? Is it because someone has made me feel that way? Okay. So how am I going to meet that?
And it was, I mean, for me, that, you said it really, really beautifully just before, like it's this idea of how you feel about yourself. If you're referring to yourself as not good enough, if you think that there's like, you're not worth anything, then how are you going to give anyone else anything?
Mm,
How are you gonna make anyone else feel worthwhile if you feel worthless?
mm,
Yeah.
exactly. So it's meeting all that comes up, all these hindrances, you're meeting it with love and kindness and patience, not hatred, and you're not acting out of this is why it's so important that we really need to be learning this stuff somewhere. Go on, keep going.
Right. Third one is sloth and torpor, which is
So
my favorite
that's
one because I like the word torpor. Hindrance, mental and physical lethargy, dullness and sleepiness that prevent clear thinking and engagement. And the
and that
antidote
yeah,
is
go on.
arousing and engaging one's attention or a kind of mental energy and vigor. This helps to bring clarity and wakefulness to the mind.
Yeah. So laziness, sloth, some people will link that to depression. Yeah.
Mm.
And it's where anxiety comes from, angst. Right. It's all interlinked, people. It's all interlinked. Right. So are you feeling sloth today? Yeah. Are you feeling slothful? Why? Why? Where's that come from? What's your part in it? How can you change it? Study the hindrances. Study yourself.
This is slightly hypnotic. This is like,
What's the next one?
getting into people's psyche. The next one is restlessness and remorse. So the hindrance, mental agitation, anxiety, worry, and regret that make it difficult to settle the mind. The antidote is happiness, calm, and peace. These
Yeah.
qualities help to soothe the agitated mind and bring it to a state of rest.
Okay. So again, they're all interlinked. So anxiety, angst, there's a restlessness and agitation. Do you feel restless? Do you feel agitated? Do you feel irritable? Restless, irritable, and discontent.
Yeah.
Right? Why? Where's it coming from? What's your part in it? Let's explore it.
Okay.
And how's it met?
What?
How's it met? Like
What?
not by acting out. We don't want to be medicating on it. How do we need to change that? What's the
Yeah.
antidote?
Of what we on? Which one? Let's get
The restlessness, the restlessness.
these qualities help to soothe the agitate, happiness, calm, and peace. So
Yeah.
it's finding
But
some space, isn't it? It's finding space and time, which we've
yeah.
talked about before.
But the problem is it all sounds like the perfect ideal. It's like, great, this all sounds
Mm,
lovely. How the fuck do I do it? Which is why you've got to break through your programming of how the fuck do I do it and get some accountability and lean into some people that have already walked the path who know how to do it so you can be taught and challenged over your bullshit, telling yourself you're not able to do it. Because you can do it. It's for everyone.
mm.
Are you happy or not, people? If you're happy, don't worry about it. Just you probably turned off by now. You wouldn't even be listening. I don't know. Ah, okay, keep going, Ben.
Right, the last one is skeptical doubt.
Yeah.
So, as a hindrance, that is uncertainty, lack of faith, or hesitation about the path, practice, or oneself, which paralyzes action. The antidote is sustaining attention and conviction, or a deep trust and belief in the practice.
Self-doubt, the sabotaging, self-critical, hypersensitive. We've covered all of this before. Everything we're talking about, we've covered in other episodes.
Mm.
And if you haven't caught up with us yet, people, go and listen to the whole lot. It's all in there. The clues are in there. Um, So yeah, that's self-sabotage,
Yeah.
uncertainty, fear is driving that.
Mm.
Where's that coming from? What's my part in it? What chemicals are you taking, or what are you doing in your life to create this sort of dull, coarse experience that's keeping you stuck and unhappy and not feeling content, feeling discontent, irritable, and agitated? You know, there's some work to do.
Yeah, I think it's that feeling of powerlessness. It's that
Mm,
feeling of thinking I can't control any of this. And a lot of what a lot of those words and the ideas were things that are external. And actually uh it's all about coming back to the self. Am I
mm,
worth it? Am I good enough? And is it worth my time to make myself a nice meal? Is it worth me having half an hour away from screens and just sitting and thinking about stuff, or writing in a book and just trying to make sense of what is going on for me? You
mm.
know, is it worth me going and talking to some other people that may have similar experiences?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
treating
It's
yourself treating yourself like you are worth it. Which I,
you are worth it.
again a bit of a cliche, but
Mm,
it's just about recognizing that, yeah, that we all have value.
mm,
And far too often we give up that
mm.
power, we give up that value very easily.
Yeah, it's programming. We're programmed. What program am I working? Am I working a program that's continually um, evolving my experience for the better?
Mm,
Or am I stuck in old programming? You know? So it's a moment to moment, day to day dedication to apply, to practice. I'm not always going to get it right. I'm not on a pedestal trying to say, right, you lot are all fucked and I'm sorted. It's not like that. I believe that all humans on this planet, in some shape or form, would really benefit, like I benefit, just keeping it simple. Just there's work to do. We need to educate ourselves. We need to study. We need to practice. We need to
Mm,
explore. There's more. There's always more. Now, I think once you start to open up your mind and start to become willing and you become honest naturally through being open, I believe, you start to feel more honest with what you're doing. There's more, um, it's more of a genuine, authentic. You got more chance of being more authentic by doing that. Then it's really hard not to want to better yourself.
mm.
I think it's just that leap from unconscious, can't be asked, I'm a victim, poor me, let's just fucking drown in my own little pity fucking pool.
Irresistible urges.
Yeah, all of that, right? And I have no power in my life and no self control. Or do I flick the fucking switch, change the narrative, pick myself up, connect to people who have some experience, who know better, that there's a better way? Because that's what I
Mm.
was told by someone, Tony. Hello, Tony. Love you, man. There is another way to live, you know. You don't have to live like this. If you want to carry on like that, crack on, man. Don't worry about it. Just crack on till end of days. That's your life. That's your choice. Or be brave, be bold, be courageous, take a leap of faith. It's scary as fuck, but I'll hold your hand. Yeah, I'm with you. Let's go. Let's go on a journey together. So look, anyone that's listening, struggling quietly, and you're suffering in silence, if you are tuning in and listening to these, we value you. We're with you. We love you. We're with you, man. All right. So just keep tuning in, keep dialing in. All right. And if we're speaking to you, then this is fucking great. All right. And just hang in there. Take what you need, leave the rest. All right. And go and get some conkers. And let's have a let's bring conkers back. And life will be sorted.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I feel like we could go on. We could have really gone into the five hindrances, like really branched off on that and really gone into it.
Mm.
I feel like I've really feel like I've put a lot into this one. I'm not sure if I've been very mindful of. I just really sort of feel like I've got really passionate about this. This is something I'm really passionate about. It's been a huge part of my life. So I hope I didn't just crash the party, Ben.
No, 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 and I'm sure now, now we've mentioned them, that we will come back to them. Maybe we can do a little 5 episode spin off on each hindrance.
Yeah, man. You've come across them, haven't you? Because you've
I
studied a
don't,
bit.
yeah, I don't know. I have actually. I don't think I
Yeah.
have,
Well,
but they
go
make a lot of sense.
yeah, go and study them.
Okay, there you go. It's my homework.
You've already been. I believe you've already touched on all of them
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I
in
have.
your
I
own
just,
way.
yeah,
Yeah.
but I haven't looked at them as a package. I hadn't
Mm.
heard of them as a sort of teaching.
And there's a starting point. There's always a starting point. Like we just assume, like I did, that oh, but it's just happening to me. It's so unjust. Oh,
Mm.
for fuck's sake, I can't change that. Like I can't. There's a starting point, and I have a part in it. Right? I create my suffering.
Yeah.
Not all of it, but I create a lot of it.
Hmm.
So there's a starting point. Where am I starting that point of creating my suffering, if I choose to? That's where the stillness of mind, meditation, giving yourself time and space to be able to sit and reflect and contemplate and just sit with that stuff. That's all I did. I sat with it. Where does this come? Where does this sensation arise in my body? What's going on in my mind, my thoughts, my programming? These stories and these narratives that I tell myself that aren't accurate. Where are they all coming from? What people have taught me this stuff? Or is it just me receiving information, or is it programming from certain ideas or movements or films or cultural happenings, or it's certain things that we just probably we've got a lot of stuff. I know I have a lot of stuff. It's not mine. I need to separate and offload a load of it and create new programming that's going to
Hmm.
serve me.
Yeah, which teachers do we choose to listen to? Which
Yeah,
teachers speak to us? And I think that's yeah, it's not always the person that's shouting the loudest.
exactly. Exactly that. You always say that, and it's true. So keep saying it. So this is where the revolution, people, revolution. You know, it's not about anger and hatred, and that doesn't serve us, man. It doesn't serve me. I need to eradicate that from my being. Not completely, but I need to stop living my life by it. It's soften our hearts, soften our experience. This is the TVR. Let's talk about it. Let's go away and reflect on it. Go and have a walk today, and have a think about it and report back. If it's not to us, to other people that you trust. Talk about it. Process.
Nice,
Okay.
nice.
How's that for you, Ben?
That was yeah, as yeah, that was really lovely. It was really I've learned today, which is always good. I've learned something
Hmm.
new, and yeah, I think it's just what I needed this morning. I was very close to saying, "Oh, I don't know if I'm in the right headspace. I think
Really?
I might." I think I was definitely feeling sloth and torpor, and yeah, I
Well,
was like, "Oh, maybe I'll just stay on the sofa today."
what's your part in it, Mr. Rice?
Yeah.
But then it's not always our doing, there's other elements at play. And you've shared with the check-in, there's some other
Mm,
stuff going on.
yeah, but I think it's also my default setting if I'm feeling crap is to isolate.
Mm,
And I always find having a conversation with another human being um, always makes me feel better. So, thank you as ever for being that human being. And yeah, it's always a rich process for me.
mm. As it is for me. So thank you for sharing that, and thank you for sharing the space for me. It's the same for me. It's what we're saying. It's what I'm saying. It's like me on my own only gets me to a certain level.
Mm-hmm.
But then if I go outside of that and connect and collaborate, it only takes one other person, then you're going to raise your vibration. So there we go. All right, man. Well, look, it's been emotional. In the words of Vinnie Jones.
Yeah, let's get in the car and go on a road trip. Let's do it.
All right, man. I look forward to the next one, and until then, take good care of yourself, man.
And you, take care. Bye.
See you later, man. Bye.